What's up, guys? It's God's Elite back with another video. We're enjoying the view out here with the Vanguard. I like it. Wish we could go adventure through it. Bungie never let us, but you know, that's whatever. Let's go over here and check out Xur. This is week 15 of year 3. If you notice, I got that cool Abaddon on my back. I'll have all those videos linked at the end for you to see if you want to see how to get them. But let's check out his loot. Now, first off, we'll just start here, and there's some new changes. I'll get to those as we get down to it. But they've got the Legacy Ingram for the chest this week. Just like I tell you every single week, don't buy these unless you just absolutely feel like you have to, because that's a lot of strange coins, and strange coins are hard to come by. The Glasshouse for the Titan. This allows you to have an extended time on your blessing and weapons of light. I've got it, but I don't feel like it's a must-have for anybody out there with the Titan, especially if it's your main character, because I've never really had a moment, especially in the new raids or anything, where I was like, oh man, I wish that would have lasted longer. You know, I've never been in a position where I was like, man, I really needed that bubble to be here for a lot longer, because especially in the new raid, you're having to move around a lot more. You're not really staying in a certain spot. Now, back in King's Fall, you know, if you were doing the strat where everybody came to the middle, it might have been a better thing then, because you wanted that bubble to be there long enough that people could get there and kind of be safe till the person came back with the buff. So I don't really see it as that big of an exotic to have anymore. But moving on, let's see what we got next. We got the excuse me, young Ahamkara. Oh man, pressed my bumper a little too much. Let's see. Young Ahamkara Spine for the Hunter. This, of course, allows you to increase your trip mine grenade duration, and you get an extra grenade. I don't use a lot of trip mines, even before they, debuffed them, I guess you could say. I know a lot of people who don't like them now that they don't work like they used to. But if you're out there and you're really good with trip mines and you want an extra one and you want, them to last a little bit longer, go for it. Get you these. I like it all right. Like I said, I don't really use trip mines that much, so I don't use it. I'd rather use I can't remember what the other arms. The other arms, they're shiny. They got like football pad looking arms. I can't remember what they're called though. So I probably wouldn't buy those, but like I said, if you're good with trip mines, it might be a good thing for you. And then you got the Voidfang Vestments. I think this is like the millionth time we've had these for the Warlock in like the last month. I feel like I've seen these many times already, which I probably have. I just don't want to go back and look at the old videos. But these are the Voidfang Vestments for the Warlock. Basically, it allows you to spawn full grenade energy, and your Axiom Bolt grenade spawn an additional Seeker. I actually used these during, let's see, what was it? Iron Banner last week, and it worked okay. It worked all right. I was able to disperse the crowd a little bit better whenever we were playing Rift. I didn't get a lot of kills with it, but it made people run. So I think that was just a good thing, just because you can kind of make people move around and manipulate people a little bit. So it worked out okay with that. You do spawn with full grenade energy, so the cool thing about that, if you're playing in a playlist where you're going to die a lot, you're going to spawn with a grenade. So you've at least got some crowd control. So I think it's a good thing to have. For me, this one has pulse rifle ammo, so I would like it, but I'm not a big sidearm user. I think one of the cool things about it, it's got void armor. If it had anything else but void armor, you'd be like, well, I don't want this, because you're not going to use anything else but void subclasses with this, chest. So I like this okay. So this, out of the whole thing of gear this week, I would say buy the Voidfang Vestments out of these three. And then for the weapon, we have the Zhalo Supercell. I love this gun for one reason and one reason only: arc burn. The only time that I ever use this gun is when there's arc burn, because it's the only primary that has, any kind of damage type to it. Other than that, I don't really think it's that great of a gun. It's just, this is the only thing that makes this gun worthwhile. If it didn't have this, I would never use it. So if you don't have this, it's definitely a must buy. It's got some decent looking, little ornaments you can put on it. I've got the toy, not a toy thing, which I would rather have the shock hazard, but I got this one for free. I don't want to pay for this one. But yeah, buy this if you don't have it, because it's good for arc burn times during the Nightfall or the Strikes playlist. Now moving on to the next row. We do have some changes in this row. You have your plasma drive, your emerald coil. But now you get 10 heavy ammo synth for 3 strange coins, so that's a little different than normal, so you can buy a bigger stack. It's still, 5 through coins for 7 strange coins. Still glass needles, which I've never used. Don't think I ever will. And then here's another change. Not the Motolite. You still get a Motolite for 2 strange coins, which I think is stupid. But you get exotic shards now. So for those of you out there who have had a hard time getting exotic shards and things like that, you can now buy them for Xur. Now, here's what I will say about this. In my opinion, don't buy them from Xur, because for me at least, I've got 592 strange coins, but some people out there, if you're like me from weeks and weeks ago, I had literally 0 strange coins. I really had to work to save all these up. So I think it's actually still better if you save up your glimmer, or if you're like me, I constantly have about 20,000 or more glimmer, so I'm always at the top, So actually, I think it's still cheaper to do it the old way with motes of light and glimmer, because let's see how much I've got. Like 1,800 motes of light. Let me see. 1,900 motes of light, right? From when I used to make these back in the day. I made about 100 and something of these, and I've got 44 left, so I don't really need to buy anymore. But I would say that the other way that I used to do is better. I'll have that linked at the end as well if you want to see that. Because if you're out there with not a lot of strange coins, please don't waste them on this. If you've got a lot of glimmer and a lot of motes of light, I'll help you out. There's a couple ways that you can get, or there's another way you can get exotic shards for a lot cheaper than 7 strange coins. So I would say no to this, but if you're out there and you got a lot of strange coins, go for it. But that's pretty much it for his loot this week. I'm going to buy a ton of these. I'm about halfway to 50 exotic shards, so I'm going to be opening up, not exotic shards, 50 exotic engrams. So I'm going to be opening those up for you once I get to 50. It'll be a lot of fun. Let's see what else is there. I think that's about it. I think that's pretty much it. He don't really have a lot of decent loot this week. Maybe next week he'll mix it up and not have the Voidfang Vestments for the Warlock. I'm having a lot of fun with the Dawning, but I'm also a little irritated at the Dawning, because the whole treasure thing where you have to pay for the new gear, it kind of irritates me. I know you can get about 8 treasures or so on your own, but it's not going to get you a full set on any one character if you don't do it right. So I mean, it's kind of, I don't know, it just makes me mad, because that's really the thing that makes me happy the most about this is the new gear above like the strikes and stuff, but you can only get them if you pay money, and it irritates me a little bit, but that's just the way the world works. But that's it, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. Make sure you leave a like on the video. It really helps it out, get it out there to people. Comment and let me know, did you think that any of these pieces of gear in here that he's got are better than what I said, or do you have any extra points that you'd like to make? Subscribe if you're not subscribed so you can see my weekly Destiny content. And follow me on Twitter at IamGodsElite, or Facebook at Gods Elite. And that's pretty much it, guys, and I will see you in the next video.